What's up, everybody? Sleeper Tender, back in the building, back in the vault. Got a new video. So this video, we will be talking about, first off, let me thank everybody who watched the videos and support the channel. Thank you. I really appreciate it. But definitely make sure I shout out and acknowledge every time before I start or at the end of every video. Maybe a giveaway in the future, but more to follow on that. So again, thank everybody for the support, and let's keep talking money. All right, so on this video, I will be doing a description of a note, and I got two bills from a stash to help explain what I'm to help explain what I'm trying to explain. That didn't make no sense, but here we go. All right, so some of this information you've heard from previous episodes and maybe a little repetitive, so I ain't finna beat you to death with stuff that I already spoke about once. So we already know that the bill is 2.61 in width up and down, and 6.14 inches going left and right. That's how long it is, 6.14 inches long. It is 0.0043 inches thick, and it has a weight of 1 gram. So it's a pretty light bill, but it holds a lot of weight. And did you know that the printing process of making like all currency, definitely the $2 bills, they always print the backside first. So they print the backside and they let that dry and settle for 72 hours. In 72 hours, they print the front side, not everything. And they let that sit for 72 hours. Then the third print that they put on this is the treasury seal and the serial numbers. These are the last two items to go on this note for a third time. Well, for three run-dos. Well, it takes 3 printing processes to produce one sheet of notes, unless it was a web note. And that was an experiment that the US government did. And that was on a series of 1988 Alpha. That's all I got for that right there. But I do have some web notes, and I'll be speaking about that on another episode. All right, so we all know that the composition of these bills are 25% linen and 75% cotton. And there are red and blue fibers distributed throughout the process of making these notes. I'm trying to look, but I don't see any distinguishable red or blue fibers that are easily visible. But I'm pretty sure you've seen them before. You might have thought it was just like someone marked on the note with the blue pen. But I'm not seeing any on this note. So these all I got out right now. So, all right, in the future, I'll definitely make sure that I pull out some that got easily identifiable red and blue fibers on them. Okay, so working with this one note out of 2. All right, so from the previous episode, we know that if it's a green serial numbers, that it's a Federal Reserve note. And right here we have the Treasury seal. All right, so speaking about the seal, you got 2 scales on it, but the scales don't represent balancing the budget. That's the job of Congress. What the scales do represent, there are symbols of justice. And beneath the scales You have, let me get that in there. Have one chevron with 13 stars that represent the 13 colonies or the 13 states. And beneath the chevron, you have a key. And the key represents official authority. So on the note, you got the number 2 4 times. That represents the Federal Reserve Bank designator. And on the previous episode, like I said, with B being the second alphabet, B represents the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. And there's 12 of them. I spoke about that on one episode, but I have another one planned where I'll be speaking more in depth about it, about the Federal Reserve Banks. So up here, top left, you have the plate position. That's what it's called. It's called the plate position. This is D1. And you could tell that this note was cut from a sheet of 50 because the number and the alphabet, they're both the same size. But on this note right here, the number is a little smaller than the alphabet, which means that this came from a sheet of 32. See that? See how the one up top is pretty much the same size. The D and the 1 are the exact same size. But on this one, the three is a little smaller. Okay. On the reverse of the note, nothing special. No additional information. We already spoke about this. You have these two images right here make up the Great Seal. Have the unfinished pyramid and our nation's national symbol, the bald eagle. The pyramid, 13 steps. If you zoom in, look at that. You can see the Roman numerals M, D, C, C, L, X, X, V, I. And those Roman numerals represent the year that America gained its independence from Great Britain. And that is the year 1776. The all-seeing eye atop the pyramid. Okay, so with the eye, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams gathered to design the seal. They were the first 3 committees to make suggestions. They didn't suggest the pyramid, but they did discuss having an eye there. And the eye poster represents divine providence. The all-seeing eye, shaped like the top of the pyramid, is an ancient symbol of divinity. So, what they say, Big Brother's watching you. He always got an eye on you. I ain't finna get into conspiracy stuff though, but. And, all right, Latin phrases. We already talked about that. But if you want to hear me cut up Latin again, here we go. We got anut coptis. And that translates into he favors our undertaking. And at the bottom, we have Novus Ordo Seclorum. And that is, how does it go? That is the Latin phrase for, of a new world order, not a new world order, of a new era. Over here, clutch in the eagles in his beak. You have the Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, which translates into out of many. Nothing changes. 13 stars that form a 6-pointed star. The shield, unsupported, that resembles the original American flag. In his left talon, he has an olive branch with 13 olive seeds and 13 leaves representing peace. Over here in his right talon, 13 arrows representing war. And on the back, again, the obverse side, the plate position. So, like I said, they printed the back side first because there was a lot of ink to be used on the back, especially on a $2 note. So they did the back first, let it chill for 72 hours so that it could dry. Then they would do the front with another 72 hours, let it dry. And then after that, they will place the treasury seal and the serial numbers on it. And after that, that was it. Put it in circulation. They say that the average life of a $1 bill is 5.74 years. So that is that. Okay, so that's what we got for these bills. Why did I get this bill? All right. The reason I'm keeping this bill right here is because of the serial number. I like it because it's 9374, then 937. That last digit is the second digit from this digit right here. So it's like multiplied. That's how I see it. So 9374, 9378. It's not a repeater, it's not a radar, but I like it. So all your notes, if you're just building a collection on fancy serial numbers, whatever you like, that's why you keep it. It's your collection. So birthday notes, yeah, would it be super cool if that was a low serial number or a high serial number? But I found a little, I'm keeping it. So let's see what this other serial number got. This one right here, yeah. I'm keeping this right here just because of the signatures on it. Look how well written that signature is. That's a nice signature. The other one, the Treasurer of the United States, that's a nice signature too. So that's why this bill is in my collection because of the signatures. I like both of them. But yeah, this is what we got. A little description of the note. Now, of course, it'll be different based on the denomination. If you get the Treasury Building, 1600 Pennsylvania, the Lincoln Memorial, or a reproduction of John Turnbull's Declaration of Independence. All right, so that's what we got. Again, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for the support. And till next time, keep it legal, keep it tender.